Right, watcha. So the welder's had a birthday. It's all spruced up in Bristol fashion, and the metal's all cut, nice and sharp and straight. Let's see if we can weld this up into a meaningful shape, or if we bugger it up and make some more scrap for under the bench. Welcome back to Delboy's Garage. Okay, rightio, here we go. Now, being as I'm going to be welding the top to the sides a little bit of an acute angle so that they don't look too square, I'm just going to mock this up and do a little test weld because I'm planning to just tack it. I don't think running beads along it, it doesn't need to be seam welded. It's not going to be a fuel tank, it's not going to be sealed, and I'm going to bodywork the outside of it before I matte black it all. So it only needs a little bit of thought. Just going to bring this angle in, use a bit of scrap metal on that, just literally mocking all this up with scrap, just so that I can make a reasonable weld on it, or be sure that I can. Before I start beating on the real piece. Right, that's the kind of acute angle. Right, so look. You see that? Yeah, that's the kind of acute angle that it's going to have as a seam. Literally about 40 degrees as the sides taper in, and I want to weld it on the inside edge. So let's see if I can weld that. And it works. Okay, nice sharp tip. And get a weld down in there. Right. This is literally just a practice weld to see how strong this will be. I think tacks are better because they're not going to buckle it all. Let's buy a third and fourth one in. It's kind of a 3 second, I reckon. That's penetrating quite nicely out. 3 second bead. And the metal's a bit dirty. I'll give it a clean before we crack on. Right, let's bung one more in. Right. Okay, that's a test. Right. Now what I'll do is just see whether that is going to be strong enough. So let's take it to the little anvil of doom and see if it works. See if that's strong enough to hold. Right, see, there's a good test of any weld is to beat it. Well, I don't think that's going anywhere. There you go. That's literally just buckled the metal, but the welds are absolutely in place, penetrated right through. So I'm going to stick with those weld settings on the machine, and this is the same. This is the thickness of metal that you'd use on chassis plates. If you were welding up the floor on a car, this is the stuff you'd use, and that ain't going anywhere. Right, so I think we've got the settings right. Now I'm just going to set the actual job up. Right, it all starts with the top and lining up with the back of the plug so that it covers that far back. And kind of testing it. room I need. Now, a lot of this, the beauty of this is where we took the time to get all these sides straight, to get all these joints straight. All the angles can be worked out later on, because I think I'm going to mount this on bolts rather than weld it solid. That way the holes can be just a little bit bigger, and then you can jiggle it about till it's perfect. Right, that needs to go there. I reckon weld the sides in is the first thing. Rightio. Okay, first tack and anger. Let's see what happens. It hasn't moved, that's the most important thing. Let's add a bit more wire on that. That's it. I'll put one more and I can take that off the bike, do on a bench. Right, that's it. Okay, let's take it all off there, so it looks like on the bench. Right, before it starts to get too hot, pull that right off, airline. Right, looking at how that test piece was so strong, and that's all that needs. So now, let's offer it up so it looks like. Right, just a bit of brake cleaner. All metal comes with a coating of sort of factory oil on it when it's delivered. You know, just sort of raw material sheet metal, and a bit of brake cleaner just gets it off. It's easier to weld than if you try and weld through the oil. It doesn't really matter that much actually, but it just welds a bit smoother, and you know, clean it before you sting it. Right. It's kind of a bit of rub hands, tummy, head pat thing, you know me, Bob, because it's kind of getting it at the right angle, getting everything symmetrical. But I've designed this so there's no 90 degrees whatsoever. There are absolutely no 90s. Even that back edge is leant forward, different to that edge, so they're not parallel, and all the angles don't match up, which is kind of what I wanted. There's a dot in the middle of the light, and I think it's pretty cool that there's 5mm in there now, so that's the exact angle, using the dot in the middle of the light, and then the point on the very centre of the top plate. That's absolutely cock on, dead upright. So that means that the top plate side to side is bang on. Well, this is the only bit that's a little bit kind of hit and miss till I get it all lined up. It's just about faffing about with it until it all lines up nicely, even with a bit of masking tape just to hold it in. Just hold it into shape. Bit too much. And just get it equal. And this has been, since I started this video, you've only been watching a few minutes, since I started this video I've been at this an hour, 1 hour. This is how long this shit takes. It just, take your time, get it right. It's a bit like, I don't know, what's the old mantra? Measure twice, cut once. We'll line it up 5 times and sting it once. Because the trouble is with sheet metal, or any metal, once you've welded it, you can't really unweld it. You can grind it off, but that's going to bugger it up, especially with sheet metal. So it means cutting another bit, and I've had enough of that. So this is one chance. I'm using this as one opportunity to get it right. I don't want to mess about with it. Right, rolling. Okay, there we go. I'm not getting it, cock on. Right, on the bench, weld it up. That's it. And prevent the heat building up too much. That's it. Right. Pull that off. It'll stay the same shape, hopefully. So, let's see if it is. Right, this is a scary bit. It's whether that's warped it. Double check that one. 110. And that one. Absolutely bang on. Right, little test fit. Right, here we are. Now, penetration's good, so it's all solid. It's, where are we? Here we are. Right, it's equidistant between that point and that point and that and that. So, and those angles are exactly 110 degrees each. Those angles on the back, they are chamfered off. As you can see, they're not right. They're not 90. They're slightly in. So there's no 90s on it, which is the idea. It's got, as you can see, that first. Where are we? That's the first run of welds. And then after that much practice you end up, that's the second one. I guess I should have done another ring, but okay, they're good and strong and it's all getting rubbed back and body worked anyway, rode up, so let's see what it fits like. These two metal brackets, I'm just going to drill and drill on them so they will be kind of jiggleable, so it'll all fit dead straight. That's just a bit of cardboard for now, up against the back of the light plug to give me a distance, so that's where you are going to go. And there we are, at that angle. So it'll sit flat. Now I might do a little bit of braceage inside later on, off camera, whatever. Maybe on the back I might box a bit of that in, don't know. But for now, let's give you a look. Hang on, come on down. So a bit of shakeage. There we go. Not too bad, I don't think. Not far from what I wanted. It's got a long way to go yet. I've got the kind of thingies to go on the front to make it cowling, to make it a bit more taller that way, and then compass clocks in the front, which I've yet to source. But I've got the indicators today, so they're going to be, I've got to make some stuff to hold indicators. But that's all that is. Not really anything to look at yet. Right, what's next? Right, this is next. Okay, not today I'm afraid. The cowling, of which that's one side, you can see it's kind of a weird shape, is going to have these standy-offy kind of front bits on front, stand off about 1 inch. I may even drill those. And no, I won't put neons behind them, so don't even go there. Right, so that's going to take some time. Head scratch, and head scratch is what this is all about. This thing so far, that is perfect in the sense of symmetry that way and squareness that way, so that everything as I wanted it to be, it be, and that's correct. No mistakes. The welding is good. It's good integrity. You saw the test at the beginning. That ain't going anywhere. It does want a little bit of bracing because it's a bit kind of, but that's going to obviously strengthen up when I weld the top on. I'll wait till it's all one piece and see how it is. Obviously, I don't want any more weight on this than I can. That probably already weighs about £1, and that's enough. All right, so that's what's taken the time today. It might seem like not a lot of work. One weld there, one weld there, but that's the way this stuff goes. Slots on beautifully as well. That's the thing, taking time to get it perfect. That's what I want for this. It isn't really OCD, it's just doing the job right, and I want this to look perfect when it's on. I don't want it looking cockeyed like the house that Jack built. I followed a sheet metal build for a chap called Rick Fix in Canada. He built a Chevy Nova, a 2-door Chevy Nova, a 60s one out of a 4-door. Work that out. That is an awful lot of work, and I think it's about 3 years. Now, I can promise you this won't take 3 years, but it's going to take a little while. So probably 2 or 3 more of these until I can get that thing done. I've got the indicators in stock now, like I said, so that's ready to get something sorted out. I'm trying to French those, thinking I've got some tubing. You know what Frenching is if you don't look it up. Okay, so that's the next bit. So I'm going to cut it and run here. Got to go in and render this, get it up online, hopefully, because it's Friday night. Penny Pit stops home from work in about 15 minutes, and you know what it is. Got to look after the missus. I'm going to cook her dinner tonight. So that's that. Okay, thanks for watching, and tune in number 31. 31, that's it so far. Ride safe, take it easy, and we will see you for the next one. All right.